Hey guys, I'm back again with a new video, and I decided I want to kind of focus on a series about foundation. I'm on a search, on a mission to find the very best foundation powder combo for 30 something skin. I'm in my 30s, upper 30s, and I'm noticing more fine lines, more pores, that sort of thing, and I'm trying to find the best foundation that doesn't settle in those creases as much. And yeah, so if you have any foundations that you've used and you've absolutely loved, please share those down below. Also, please make sure that you hit the notification button so you can be notified when I upload, because I'm about to start uploading a lot more. I've started the keto diet and I've lost a little bit of weight, and I'm really wanting to share my journey with you guys and share some of the meals that I've been preparing for the week, which helps tremendously. Anyways, back to business. The first foundation I'm going to try using today is the Too Faced Born This Way. That's the one I'm going to use today, and I'm going to use a combination of different primers throughout to see which one works the best. But today, the primer I'm going to use is the Pore Professional, the Pearl Primer. I'm really excited to use that. But the first thing I always do is I prep my skin, and what I used was, because I had it on hand, and I do like this lotion or this moisturizer, it's the Mary Kay Time Wise, and I already put that on to let it kind of sink in and settle. And I always try to use an eye cream, and I just use the Neutrogena, what's it called, Hydra Boost, around my eyes, because I feel like you need to moisturize that if you're trying to put on foundation and stuff, or else it'll make it look like cakier and have more creases down there. So I let that settle. And the first thing I'm going to do, because I hate my dark under eyes, they bug me. Sometimes I'll use like the Wet n Wild color corrector in the peachy color. And that works, but I feel like sometimes the more product you put down there, the cakier it's going to get. And I absolutely love this one. It's the Garnier Skin Clearly Brighter Anti-Dark Circle Eye Roller. And I put this on underneath, and I kid you not, it really gets rid of those dark circles. If I'm not wanting to wear makeup or just like light makeup, I'll just use this as the concealer. And you basically just roll it on. I don't know about the lighting here. I'm trying my best here. And I always just take my finger, and I already have my eye makeup on. Have my false lashes because, you know, I love them. Absolutely love them. Really want to try the lash extensions, like have them professionally done, but not sure if I'm ready for the maintenance of it, because it's hard for me to find time to do that. And you can already tell that it makes it look so much better. I'm going to check in with you guys throughout the day, a couple times if I have time, but I usually never touch up my makeup. When I go to work, anything, I never touch my makeup up. I'm gonna try to come back on here, show you what my face looks like. Right now, it's about 8 something in the morning, and yeah, I'm gonna wear this all day and give you the lowdown. The first thing I always start with, after I put the under eye roller or concealer, whatever I use for that, is I'm gonna put my primer. And I bought 2 of these sample sizes, the Pore Professional and this one. I've tried the other Pore Professional before, and I liked it. One thing I do like about these primers, this one's like a pinkish color. One thing I love about the other one is that it's like a skin color. But I just tap that in. So we'll see how this does. I don't put primer under my eyes, and I just put a barely little bit on my nose, because I noticed that makeup will rub off my nose very easily for some reason. So I had to limit the product I put on there, even moisturizer. Okay, so I put that on, and then I just tap that in with my finger all over. Whatever's left, I'll put that on my hand. Next, I go in with the foundation, and again, Too Faced Born This Way, and it is in the color Nude. I tap, and I always use make sure you get it down in here, because that's one place sometimes I don't get it as well. Then I'll get out in the natural light, and I'm like, what in the world is going on there? I am no way, shape, or form an expert on makeup. Like, I'm learning every day. Oh, great. Just got out on my black leggings. Yay. It has the little squirty thing and... Okay. And another thing that I don't do is put the foundation under my eyes. The more product, again, that you put there, because I'm going to be putting my Tarte Shape Tape down there. The more product you put, we'll put a little bit underneath my chin. Bear with me here, people. The more product you put under there, the more of a chance it's going to cake up. I'm going to take my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus spray, and it's in the rose scent because I absolutely love it. And I'm going to spray my beauty blender, just a dab, just to get it damp. Can't get off my pants. Well, I'm going to have to change those. That's not going to come off. And I just go in. I like to get a little bit damp and pat that in. And I'm just tapping that in, and I'm noticing, you know, I can still see those old ugly pores. I hate pores. Any kind of help you guys have, I have a good skincare routine, I think, that I'm hoping will help it, but I'm really trying to get rid of those ugly pores. I hate them. I hate them. Is there any, I mean, I'm talking anything, any kind of like chemical pills you guys have done that's helped, any kind of like treatments at a beauty spa or lasers or anything. What helps pores to minimize them? I know nothing's going to totally get rid of them, but I'm just hoping that this won't make them look worse by the end of the day. I'm going to put a little more here and tap it in, try to cover up some of those dark spots in my face. Seriously, guys, I need help with this whole pore thing. I want to know what can be used. Okay, so the next step, my very favorite concealer of all time is the Tarte Shape Tape, and I have it this time in the color Fair. I'm going to just put this one little like heart-shaped spot. And I'm going to put that under my eye. I don't want to overdo it because a little bit of this concealer goes a long way. And again, I'm going to kind of wet that beauty blender a little bit more with my Fix Plus. Bear with me here. I've got a mess going on. You better grab your brooms because it's a mess. Tap that out and bring it down a little bit to really brighten your under eye. Got a little too much there. Blend, 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 blend. My blending will never end. Another big step for me is under eye setting powders and baking. I've watched a lot of videos and they say like women with more mature skin shouldn't do the baking, blah, blah, blah. It's taken me a long time, but I finally found a powder for the baking that I love. And I've tried almost everything out there. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Drugstore, high-end, whatever. I've tried it. And kind of do this and bring it down in a little bit of a V shape. There you go. Now I like to put a little bit here, dab up there, just to kind of brighten it up, highlight a little bit. And the next step, as I was telling you, this is what I have found to be the best for my skin tone, and that works because a lot of the ones I've tried, and I watched Jaclyn Hill's video, and she said that she swears by the RCMA. It didn't really work for me. It kind of puts a white cast under my eyes. Doesn't really match my skin tone. Don't really like it. I've tried the Becca. I've tried the Bill. I always want to say Bill Nye, but it's the Bill or Ben Nye under eye. I've tried, I see, I have them all sitting around here. I've tried this Tarte Filtered Light. Smells like heaven, but doesn't work. And I've tried the NYC Skin Smooth Skin for baking under eyes, for the under eye area. I hate it. This right here is what I love. The Ben Nye Luxury Banana Powder. Works with my skin tone. Doesn't make it look white cast and ghosty. What I do is actually I put a little bit on my table here. And that was the thing I used for my white powder there. I was like, if anyone comes around my house and sees this white powder sitting around on my beauty thing, they're going to think I'm up to something bad, but I'm not. And this looks better. It's, you know, not the color of drugs. But the first thing I do, and I feel like has kind of worked for me in the past, is I take a little makeup brush. I have a fluffy one here. The one I usually like to use is a little more packed, is a little tighter, but it's in my purse somewhere. Lost in, you know. Anyways, I'm taking a little bit of powder on there, just a little bit the first time. And I watched Jaclyn Hill's video, and she has some good tips on this. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to set both with a little bit of this powder under my eyes. And one of them I'm going to go in and I'm going to bake with the banana powder, and one I'm not. And at the end of the day, when I take this makeup before I do, I'll show you and see which one held up better. That sounded stupid. And I just tap that under there, really pack it in. All the way down where I brought that concealer. Right now, I mean, yeah, you're going to see a little bit of your fine lines, but this will help set it. I would go all day without anything on this eye, without any setting powder, but I know from experience I have to have some kind of setting powder under there, else it's not going to work. Believe that. Tap it off. This one I'm not going to bake. I feel like this is my better eye anyway. Do you guys feel like you have one eye that's better than the other? I know that sounds stupid. Just like you have one, you usually have, sorry about snotting everywhere. That's gross. But you usually have one body part that's better than the other. I know I do. One area of your skin. That sounds stupid. And I also like to go up here a little bit, and I'm going to bake this area up here, a little bit of it in a minute, and go over it with my Laura Geller powder that I like. Oh wait. So there's that. Now what I'm going to do before I put my other powder on is I'm going to take my other beauty blender that I use for powder only. And yeah, I'm going to sprinkle it just a dab with this. I don't put very much or it'll get cakey and nasty. You don't want that under your eye because that's hard to get rid of. And you tap it, get a good bit on that beauty blender. And I'm going to bake this area, and I'm going to bake this half of my eye, or no, that's not my eye. Bake this half of my forehead right here where I have a lot of fine lines, pores, and I'm going to do it on my chin a little bit. Those are the areas that rub off a lot on me. And I notice and I'm going to tap that in there. You see? Those are the areas I notice that really get shine, really get fine lines and stuff. I want to see if it really makes a difference. This is the first time I've done this experiment, and I'm excited about it. I'm just excited to be making videos and actually having time, a little bit of time. Sundays are the days when I usually do. Otherwise, most of you know, if you follow my channel, I'm a 5th grade teacher. I'm gonna get a little more there. Make sure that you get it on the lines and you don't have any creasing. Bake that little area. And a little tree here and a little tree there. And if time allows, in the mornings, you should let that actually like set on your skin, get in there and really do its job. Well, it's a dang good thing I'm going to have to change these black leggings, which was a bad idea because I've got stuff all over them. I already have my eye makeup done. What I usually do now is I'll let this bake for a while. I'm going to let it bake for just a few minutes, and I will be back once I run a few more little things, do a couple things around here. All right, guys, I'm back. I let this bake for just about 5-10 minutes. Now Laura Geller baked Balance and Brighten in the Color Correcting Foundation Light. And I did some research on Ulta, I think it was maybe Sephora, but this had a really good review, so I decided to try it. And this is what it looks like. It's a real marbly looking, looks like the MAC Skin Finish a little bit. Taking, what is this? This is just the Ulta Beauty powder brush that I purchased there. I like to go in with it. Actually, I'm skipping a step here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to go in now and I'm going to wipe off my bake. And I just take my little powder brush. It's not really a powder brush. Which one am I using? The Real Techniques. I'm actually using a setting brush for this, just to wipe it away. And I'm not wiping away this side because I didn't bake there. So again, I'm going to go in with my Laura Geller. This is what I usually do, lightly set my foundation. I definitely have to set my foundation because if not, my skin gets oily and yeah, all of that. Again, I put that primer under there, the Pearl Primer. I do notice that it does give a pearly sheen to my skin, but I'm going to go in with this powder still because I cannot not put powder on or something to set this foundation because I just don't like it. And I kind of use a light touch around this area where there's pores. You guys can see, I mean, I don't know how well it's showing up, but you can see my fine lines. You can see that. You can see underneath. Right here is my area that I hate. Go in. These are the things I do. Less is more under your, less is more for your under eye. Remember that. Now I like to go in with my bronzer. And the one that I love, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Light Medium Matte Bronzer. It's a matte bronzer, which I recommend. Smells like chocolate. And I'm on a diet. This gives me a little bit of like happiness right here. It really does. It came in my Ipsy bag, I believe. Either my Ipsy or the Birchbox when I was getting that one. But go in with a little bit of bronzer. Just, I don't put any bronzer like around my pores or fine lines. Just up in here just to give myself a little bit of color so I don't look so washed out. Yes, and plus I have a big forehead, a big old square head like Frankenstein. I don't do a lot of contouring. I don't feel like I'm very good at that at all. But I do put a little bit on my cheeks and around my chin just to kind of give it a little more shape. It smells so good. People get up close to me, they're going to think I smell like milk chocolate. Me loving a milk chocolate. Alright, and I put this on my chin and I bring it down. I read somewhere one time that it's a good makeup tip to put some bronzer on your chinny chin chin to kind of hide that old gobbly neck and make it look better. Very last step. The It Bye Bye Pores powder. Yeah, translucent. I put a little tiny bit of this in here, and for whatever reason I feel like I always put it right here, and I put it right here, and in my mind of minds I feel like it works. And you know what I'm going to do for this video? I'm going to put it on this side and I'm going to put it here to see if it does. We're doing a little experiment. I go with my powder brush again, and then I'm going to pat it here. I already put powder in the other areas, but you might be afraid that your skin's gonna look too cakey, but what I'm gonna do I don't really notice that big of a difference. Yes, I do. When I got close up, I do. I do notice a difference with this setting powder, guys. Tapping it in, just tapping it in. The pores on this side look smaller and less noticeable than this side. And I also have this NYX matte finish spray, setting spray. I'm gonna go in with that. This will help, and I notice that it does help. Not like if you wear a good bit of powder, helps your face not look as cakey. And it's cheap. So there you have it. This is my face. Can you see me now? I'm really getting in there so you guys can see it. Okay, coming back in a couple hours to show you my progress. I'm not going to touch up at all today. Stay tuned. All All right, so a quick check-in. I have been in the kitchen for the past several hours. It's probably about 2 o'clock right now. I've been in the kitchen meal prepping for this week, and I just want to give you a quick check-in. This is in better lighting, like more natural lighting, so my face is probably gonna look worse, but so far as you can see, this is the Too Faced foundation. I have a good bit of creasing up here. Not real shiny, but I do notice that this side is creasing a little more than the side that I baked. And same for here. This one I just put a little bit of setting powder. This one I put setting powder and baked it. And this one's holding up a little better. I mean, I can still looking a little bit crepey under there, if you know what I mean. Really, I just need to go get some Botox right here, for real, like legit. And my chin, I'm starting to get a little shine. This part of my face isn't looking too bad. My pores, the side that I put both, I think I put the pore powder on both sides, but they're still holding up pretty well. But the shine, a little bit of shine here, a little bit here, a little bit of crepiness under the eyes. More so on the side that I did not bake. Anyways, I'll be back before I go to bed tonight to show you the finished product, and I really would like you guys to give me any suggestions at all on how to help have a smoother, more like air. Okay, last check-in. It's about 8 o'clock at night, and I'm getting ready for bed. I'm a mess. I've pretty much stayed home all day, but I have cooked like meal prepped for the whole week today, and I also exercised a little bit ago, ran on my treadmill, did a little bit of weights, and haven't had a break hardly at all. But here I am again in a different lighting, and the makeup really overall has held up really well. Now, I mean, for not being touched up all day and for exercising and everything else. But, like, yeah. I do still, like, notice my pores. I'm really oily in my T-zone on both sides. But, if you can see, the side that I baked on looks better than the side that I didn't. The foundation overall, I mean, really has held up pretty well. I could use a powdering, definitely, because like I said, I'm oily, but overall I'm very, in my nose, like it's worn off because I've wiped my nose today. But the foundation, the Born This Way, really held up well. I'm pleased with it. I think if I would have powdered a little bit, it definitely would be even better. So I am pleased with this one. Still do see my pores and my fine lines up here. My forehead looks really, really bad. But overall, I am pleased with it. If you guys like to see more videos like this, I'm on a mission still to find my holy grail foundation and makeup routine. I mean, most people touch up their makeup during the day. I never do. But my forehead needs help. Definitely. But I am pleased with this foundation overall. The next one I am going to try out. I have a Tarte foundation, and I'm going to try out the Maybelline Matte Foundation. I can't think of the name of it. I don't even know where it's at. But anyways, those are the two I'd like to try also. If you have any recommendations for me for the fine lines, for the pores, please give them to me. And please subscribe to my channel and check out all my social media. Stay up to date. And thank you guys so much for watching.